being recognized for these blocks you've been throwing?
It's a lot of joy. It's just another part of the game. I feel like my running backs on the team, they work so hard, so we work hard too, and it's just a part of the game we got to do is blocking. It's not just catching the ball as a receiver, it's a lot of things that just add on to the game. So it's a lot of joy, especially when it's a touchdown, 75 yards.
Yeah. You talked about that way back in camp, right? The no block, no rock line. That was pretty good for us. But how much have you personally feel like you've developed in that aspect of your game?
I feel like I did a lot because, like, I was never afraid to, like, block nobody. But in this offense, it's like it's meant for the receivers to go make big plays for the running backs because our running backs, they get past the first level and it's just they make plays then. Like, on the second level, it get easy for running backs. So the wide receivers blocking down the field, they open it up for them and make it real easier. Once they get past the first level, they just got to make a move, and it's one man to beat. It's one-on-one. You can beat them with speed or just in one move. So it's good.
It feels like it's real close for you in terms of breaking out. You got the 6 targets in the Ravens game you just played, 51% of the snaps. I think that's the most snaps you've seen. Got the touchdown called back, obviously. But do you feel like individually things are really close to clicking for you?
Yeah. It's just something I've been feeling like I've been more involved, getting more reps. I've been practicing more. I've been just focusing on the little details so everything could be right. When I get on the field, I just got nothing to worry about. Just play football. Just worry about getting the win at the end of the night, end of the day.
Yeah.
So attention to detail. And this made you appreciate the process of being a pro. I mean, like you said, it got robbed short a little bit your rookie year. This year you had to sit out 4 games. Just the small details, the little things. Have you appreciated the process of learning to be a pro?
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot because a lot of this, what people don't see. A lot of stuff go into it, like what people don't see. A lot of people just see what's going on the field. A lot of people don't even see that. Like, they just go off what they heard or some. They just judge from there. It's a lot of hard work that me and the other guys are putting in, and it's a lot of stuff that go into this career that we got. And it's not easy. It takes time. It may take time. It may take more time for some people. It may take less time for some people. But it's all part of the game, and you just gotta focus on the details. And the details gonna help you go a long way. It's just the small things. Even though if you think it don't matter, it matters.
Just to go back to the blocking thing, you guys are playing a pretty good run defense this week. How much does your responsibility or the complexity or difficulty change on a week-to-week basis?
With the blocking, from the blocking standpoint, it really don't change for us. We go out there and we block just how we expect to block, just how we expect to catch the ball. Like I said, our running backs are explosive and real good players. We got Ja and we got Monty. So them boys, once they get past the first level, our line, they just doing the job right now. Like they giving the running back, when they get to the line of scrimmage, it's already 3 yards down the field. So they get past that, or wide receiver make a block 5 yards in front of that. They got the vision to see that. They make their move off that. It's just explosive run, touchdown from there. So it all go together, from the linemen, from the receivers to the running back.
Are there teams who are better at shedding blocks or maybe beating those better than others?
I wouldn't say teams. I would feel like it's more finesse players. Like, more players may be more aware that this receiver about to come in or this lineman could block good. So I feel like that comes from, like, just players just watching film a lot.
Going back to what he asked, like, where do you feel like you've grown the most as a pro in your 2 years here, whether it's on the field or
slowing everything down. Coming in, I try to just stay moving on the fast track, and just everything didn't go well, I would say, going that way. But as I understood and slowed things down and really tried to figure things out, slowing it down helped me a lot. And I started getting a lot of help from outsiders and people on the team, so everything just started moving good.
when did that adjustment kind of take place?
I would say maybe like around the time where I was suspended. I had a lot of time to myself, and I was just talking to people who were just willing to help. And then, when I came back, I was just focused on just playing football, really.
Was there someone who helped slow the game down a little bit for you?
I wouldn't say it's no one specifically, because everybody played a huge part, from people who don't even play football to people who be on the field with me to people who play football back in the day. So everybody, it comes from all aspects. Like, listening can never hurt you.
I'm wondering how hard it is. You're you're the fastest guy maybe on the team, one of the fastest guys in the league. Like, how hard is it sometimes to bring the brain down, to slow down and let things process for you? Is it patience hard in that regard at all?
No, but when I say like moving fast, that's not really what I mean. The speed on the field is always got to be there. I got to use that just to like as my advantage. But like slowing things down is like maybe just like formation or play or just like, you know, when you get a play, you might get 2 plays in one. You got to listen to this play, listen to that play. Formation, you might have a shift. You might have a lot of things just to worry about. Just get lined up, and you might have a quick snap. Got to go up there and just get set before the ball gets snapped. Got to make sure you set, make sure you're in the right spot. It's just a lot of stuff going on. But when I say like speed thing, I'm not talking about like running around on the field, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe like that last play of the first half, right? Like you had
The screen.
Yeah, like it looked like maybe you had an outside lane. If it just wait like a quarter second more. Like,
we was going trying to get some yards down the field before the half. I feel like on that play, people told me they saw different things, but like I was just trying to get the ball and just really just get some yards, really just get us going. But we sent it to halftime after that because it was just 5 yards. I think we was hoping for more, but it's cool.
You've since you've been here, you've said consistently the most important thing to you is winning. Nothing matters more than that.
Yeah.
When the ball's not coming your way as much as maybe the receiving production is not as what it is it easier being patient because the wins are there?
Yeah, it's a lot easier being patient, you know. I really don't focus on the targets. That's not my thing anymore. I don't really know what to say, like, on the target side, you know. I don't really focus on that. Like I said, every time, like, I'm just focused on winning. We got a real good thing going right now, something like Detroit that I haven't seen in a while, and we just focusing on keeping that going. Like, it don't matter who get the ball. When you see the ball in somebody's hands on our team, you see they making plays. So that's all that really matters to us, really. It's not just one individual just going out there and making plays and just go out there and have fun. That's what we do this for. It's not just all about you. It's a team.
When you go back and you watch the film of this one, I mean, you see kind of what your routes do to maybe creating some spacing for some other guys. I mean, do you recognize how you're creating those opportunities for your teammates?
I see that. Well, we talk about that even like in practice when it might be some plays like we got this route, but this route gonna clear it out for that route. So we already knowing like we gotta get on our horses, grab this safety, we gotta grab this linebacker, we gotta grab this player. So bro could come open underneath or over the top. So it's all part of the game. Like every route, I would say every route is ran to be won, but it's a reason behind every route too. So like you might, like I said, you might be a decoy this play. Next play, you might set it up for your next play though. When you're coming back, they're gonna think you're a decoy this play, but now it's coming to you. So it just all play a part in each other.
It's frustrating to get those touchdowns called back though. You had a few of them in your career.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I was a little mad, but like I really just next play. I plan on getting a lot more touchdowns, so I really don't be tripping off that. The main thing though, I try to keep those balls still, even though they don't count. But I try to keep those touchdown balls for sure. But yeah.
Have you always put the McFlurry on the McDouble? That caused
Nah, I ain't always did that, but like I started doing that a little minute ago. Me and one of my bros, we actually seen it a little minute ago. We've been trying to, you know, the McDonald's McFlurry machine always ain't working, so you gotta find one that's working. I went to McDonald's on Jefferson. It wasn't working like the first 2 or 3 times, but other day after practice, or I forget what day, we had watch film as a receiver group, and I was just went up there and got it. And it was cool though. It was good though. I think y'all should try it. It's called the Oreo McFlurry Double. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Oreo McFlurry Double.
Got it between that and the hot Cheeto chili mess. You got a little bit of a food blog thing going.
Yeah.
Ever thought about putting the queso Flamin' Hots on the McFlurry?
Nah. I ain't gonna do that one.
I feel like the games are becoming more important now because you know, as it goes along, game by game, that each one gets more important.
Yeah, I mean, every game is important. Obviously, you know, as the season goes on, I mean, games can kind of seem more important, but I think a division game is definitely more important than, I wouldn't say more important, but it means more. Just because, you know, they're in your division, kind of like, you know, it means double. You got to get a win on your record if you win, and, you know, hand them, the other team in your division, an L. So it kind of means, just means a lot more in a game in the division. But I would say, if you take care of business early on in the year, I guess the games towards the end of the year don't really matter as much. But if you don't take care of business at the beginning of the year, then, the games towards the end of the year mean a lot more. So it just kind of depends what kind of season you're having. But if you take every game just as serious, it kind of should work out well.
You think your brother's a little bit jealous based on the podcast? He was laying it on a little thick on the Lions. Not giving you credit for 7 wins.
Yeah. I love to give him on my podcast because I can. He's my brother. I don't really. Every team in this league is good. You're in the NFL for a reason. These teams are all competitive. You can lose any Sunday, but when it comes to my brother, I can trash talk him as much as I want. So I kind of have fun with it, but he's still on the other side. So I still can say what I want.
How much do you enjoy this week, the week that you get to play him, and just the build-up and the excitement?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Just with family, being around, getting to play him. I kind of know some of the players on the team through him. He knows some of the players on our team through me. So it's not like I just only know my brother over there. I know some other players too. So it's a lot of fun. Get to talk to him before the game, after the game. So, if I have a good game against the Bears, it always means, a little more.
With we were talking about blocking a little bit earlier, and I asked J-Mo, is your blocking assignment, or maybe just the complexity of it, change on an opponent basis, or individual versus individual basis? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Yeah, every game we have different plays up. Game plan is different, but, as receivers, we're called on to block every week, whether we play a team like the Chargers like we did last week, a team like the Bears this week. We're going to have to block for our guys. That's just, the way we play, the kind of offense that we're in. And, last week was a big test for us. They had, some good safeties with Derwin and Alohi, who, were physical in the run game. So we kind of had to, stick our head in there and take care of them. But, like I said, each week we got to block, whether it's safeties, corners. Things change every week, but we got a big hat every week, definitely, as receivers to make those blocks.
I talked to you about the rule that you've been in, 4 straight games, 100 receiving yards. You've been a guy who always kind of fueled off the adversity a little bit. Now, everybody know your name, they know who you are. Just talk about being on that side of it now, where people expecting you to do this week by week. How do you continue to keep that consistency with what you're able to do?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think for me, like you said, consistency is the biggest thing, and that's, I think, one of the hardest things in this league is to be consistent, and that's really what I pride myself on, is trying to be consistent. So, trying to do it every week is tough. It's hard, but I think I put the work in every week to try and go out there and do it, to give myself the best chance to do it, to go perform. And every week it might not be 100 yards, it might not be 2 touchdowns, whatever it is. But if I can impact the game in any way, whether that's run blocking. Making a block down the field after, say Sam catches a 3rd and 5, he catches it short, I'll make a block to help him get that first down. Whatever it is, if I can impact the game, help this team win, that's the biggest thing. The numbers, stats, all that, it's nice, but those will come, with hard work and just, keep doing your job every day. I think it'll come, but for me, it's just being consistent as a player.
On that night, learn anything about yourself, I would say, with this, like pushing through injuries, fighting through the mental side? What have you learned about yourself just as a football player doing that on this level?
Yeah, I think, every player at this point in the season is kind of going through something. You might not be injured, but I would say almost 100% of the players are hurt. They got something going on. You might not hear about it because, they don't tell anyone, but most players, they're going through a little injury, a little something here and there, but you just got to push through it every week, find a way to, maybe come in a little earlier, get some treatment, whatever it is, get some more sleep, and figure out a way to be ready on Sunday. That's the biggest thing. You might not feel good during the week, but on Sunday you better be ready.
What's the mental game plan for you before Sundays, and how much visualizing do you do before games?
Yeah, I would say I do some visualizing. I just, I repeat things in my head that I want to do. I have my list of goals in my notebook that I read, before every practice, for every game. And it's not short-term goals, it's more long-term goals. I don't like to really put goals on each game. It's kind of unrealistic to say, I want to do this game. And if you don't do it, like, damn, maybe I shouldn't say that before the game. So I kind of have, long-term goals, season goals. And my whole thing is, we'll just see how everything plays out, and we'll add it up at the end. One game, it might not be how I envisioned it to happen. One game, it might be more than I envisioned. So for me, it's just taking it, each week at a time, making sure I'm putting in my work in every day during the week to get ready for the game. And like I said, on game day, it's just a time for me to kind of go out there and show everyone what I can do and put that work that I did all week into that game.
What are those long-term goals that you tell yourself?
Yeah, I don't want to tell anyone my goals just yet. It's too early in the season. Maybe at the end of the year, we can revisit that.
Yardage, though, or is it like I want to be a all-pro? You know,
Is it safe to say that you're on pace for them?
It's a great question. We'll revisit that after the end of the year.
And then going back to what you said, you've obviously proven a lot of people wrong in your 3 seasons here, but have you proven anything to yourself this season about where you might stand in this league relative to the rest of the
Not at all.
players in the NFL?
Not at all, no.
What is the biggest difference in how teams play now versus maybe week 1 of last season?
I wouldn't say nothing too drastically different. Maybe, on third down, maybe a double team on third down. I remember the Chiefs, a few times we played them. They doubled me on certain plays, but, Ben does a great job of kind of trying to predict when that's going to happen. So, I give all the credit to our coaches to try to get us in a position to make plays. Because, obviously me, I want to get the ball every play. I think that's every receiver on the team, but you got to kind of understand that, every play is not designed for you. And if, you're taking 2 guys out the play, away from the play for someone else to make a play, you damn near made the play, So that's the kind of mindset that I have is if I can attract 2 guys and help my receivers get up and help us get a first down, score, whatever it is, I'm there for it. I'm excited because at the end of the day, I want to win games. That's the biggest thing is winning games. So whatever I can do to help the team win.
Speaking of which, it seems like the offense is on a little bit of a roll. I think back-to-back 450-yard games. Is this the best you've seen this offense since you've been here?
I would like to say so, but we got to keep going. It's still, it's only been 2 games where we've done that. I think, we've had more guys healthy that last game than we have in a long time. So I think if we can just stay healthy and continue to try to get better. We had a pretty good game last week, but there's still areas where we could have been better. In the red zone, I think that 4th down, wish we would have had that one back. The touchdown to J-Mo had a ticky-tack penalty there. So there's things that we feel like we still can, be better at, and that's what's so great about this game is you can never really be perfect. Even if you look at a game like last week, like we look damn near perfect, but there's still so much room for improvement.
When you win a game like the way you won last week, is there some carryover value that when you get in that situation again, you have some confidence that you can do it? At least you have a good chance.
Yeah, it was a good game last week. Yeah, definitely for us as an offense, back and forth, kind of how the game was going. When the offense is scoring on both sides of the ball, it's like whoever finishes with the ball last is most likely gonna win this game. So we ended up being able to finish it out, which was huge for us. I think that was my first time being on the game-winning kick on the winning side of it. So it was definitely nice. It was a good feeling, but we just got to keep growing.
With Jameson, I gotta ask. Obviously, he's doing the work behind the scenes, selfless, getting better each week at practice, blocking out there on the field. Do you think that will coincide with him getting more targets, more production out there, week after week as the season goes along?
Yeah, definitely. I think just him being, out on the field, experience. It's almost like he's I wouldn't say rookie, but damn near rookie. And half of his rookie season right now because he played, just a little bit last year. So it's almost like he's still a rookie. He's still, getting the feel of the game, everything, the speed of the game. Play calling, whatever it is, the role that he has. I think the more I don't know if you guys can tell, but the more he's playing, the better he's getting. And so we want him to play the best ball at the end of the year, and I think he's on pace for that. So, we're excited to have him. I can't wait to see. I know I keep saying this, but, you guys see what he does when he's out there. The blocks that he makes downfield, the touchdown that he got called back, things like that. And then, the long balls they're bound to come. So. He just got to keep putting the work in, which he's doing, and sky's the limit for him.
When you say that there's stuff that we might see that you see, what are some of those things that you see from J-Mo that maybe the normal fan doesn't see?
He's a selfless guy. Puts the work in every day. He's here. He's asking questions, about plays that he might not know. I'll give him advice on certain things, especially routes kind of over the middle that in zone coverage that might be a little different because he's so fast sometimes that. He's faster than me, so his pace is a lot different out there on the field. So I tell him sometimes you might just have to slow down, and when you're in the middle of the field, you don't have to always go full speed, which is on the outside. Every route is full speed, but when you're in the middle, it's a little different. So me explaining that to him trying to starting to get a feel of things like that, So he's doing a great job.
He just told us he's always liked blocking, but when he came here, you guys really emphasized it. How have you seen him grow in that department?
Yeah, I think he's always been a willing blocker, which is, you can't really teach that. Either you are or you're not. And, we're glad he is. We have a lot of willing blockers on this team, not just him, but once you want to block, it's not hard to really put your head in there and go do it. And so he wants to block, which as a receiver, we love that in this room. And it shows up on tape. He's going in, cracking safeties, going down the field, making blocks to spring touchdowns. So it's great to see.
Facing a slippery quarterback this week, you got Justin Fields. Seen him a couple times already. Just what are you expecting from him? Haven't seen him in a while, but coming back this week.
Yeah, I feel like it's the standard in the league at this point. So same message, same thing every week. I feel like at this point,
They were passing the ball a little bit more with him kind of in the beginning of the season, but Dan said you guys are expecting a little more of what you saw last year. Is that kind of how you've been preparing for this one?
Yeah, definitely. We think we're going to get a lot of run, a lot of play action. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if it holds up. But at the end of the day, we're all just reading our keys and executing.
How would you describe the mood of the defense after the game against the Chargers?
Definitely, we're not happy with that, with our performance, but we're going to bounce back.
Lots of pressure for this team so far on quarterbacks, but maybe not the sacks that you would like, I guess. How would you assess your pass rush 10 weeks into the season?
Yeah, I think we just gotta finish it, man. That's all. I can go on and ramble on and on, but I feel like at the end of the day, that's the message.
You are third in the league in pressures. How have you felt teams kind of prepare for you and get an extra body over there, an extra focus on you?
Yeah, it's definitely an added aspect of the game, but definitely one that I'm learning, and definitely one that poses different challenges every week.
Is there a frustration you have to fight off when it seems like you're always an arm's length away from the QB and you just can't translate those pressures into sacks?
Yeah, no doubt. It's a mental game more than anything, I feel like, right now. So it'll pass, and soon I know things are going to be flowing.
They have a good run game. It seems like they always have a good run game. Is it dependent on having Justin in there? Or are they able to do things without Justin? Kind of what makes them work?
No doubt. Justin is definitely a huge factor in that run game that definitely changes the way we have to prepare for him. So, obviously those quarterback runs are deadly, and he's shown how deadly he is when he's got the ball in his hands. So, it's definitely an added challenge when Justin's got the ball in his hands.
No, it's early, but what are your first impressions of Bruce?
Man, he's explosive, man. I'm looking forward to see, when he kind of he's out there getting in shape and stuff like that, and kind of getting back into things. So I'm looking forward to see next week or whenever he's back.
Yeah. What does it mean to have a veteran in that room? Is he someone you've already been able to pick the brain of? Yeah,
for sure. He's we were just joking at like how I think when he got drafted, I was in 7th grade. So it's crazy, some of the ages in this league. But no, he's a good guy, and I'm looking forward to talking more with him.
Who was your favorite player in 7th grade?
Why are you saying that?
Probably like J.J. Watt or something. J.J. Watt, Tom Brady, those guys were pretty sick.
So you weren't limiting yourself to just defensive players. You could love offense too.
Oh yeah, I honestly wasn't even that tuned in with defense. I was definitely, I wanted to be a quarterback. My shoulders just I don't have the pop.
You left?
I am. Nope.
These are rival games, though. We asked Dan about it as well. Is it an extra level? He said it's almost like 2 games in a sense. Do y'all approach it like that as well?
No doubt. There's an added importance to it, and we all understand that. And obviously, despite Chicago's recent struggles a little bit, we're preparing for this like it is a huge game, man. All these divisional games are huge, and we're going to be ready for them, and we're preparing at the highest level right now. Not overlooking anything, so we're going to be ready.
Thoughts on Michigan, Penn State, and Sharon Moore stepping up for the boys.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Sharon is just like so genuine. Like that's like him right there. I was so not surprised when I saw him bawling his eyes out. I was like, that's Sharon right there. But I'm happy for him, man. The boys got a lot of, negative media, blah, blah, blah going on with them, and they're just doing their thing and blocking it out, and I'm proud.
What is your like on a Saturday? What's your a day look like in terms of watching Michigan? Like, you're a Michigan fan. Are you going nuts? Are you a silent watcher?
Honestly, this whole season has been such a boring season for Michigan football. Like, you just watch the first half, I'm like, all right, I'm done. So honestly, no, I haven't been too invested. I was right when we landed in LA. I did just making sure, because I think it was a 12 o'clock game, and we landed, and I was like, let's go. And I saw the whole Sharon thing. So I'm tuned in for the big games, but I mean, they're so dominant right now. It's not that fun to watch.